now starting to get really cold. Last night it was -4, and I was up most of the night just thinking and stuff, and it led me to this video. I just wanted to share what I think are the 5 most important, tips and tricks for living outdoors, especially in the cold. So, you know what? Let's just get right into it. This is one of the more important points, is stay off the ground. No matter what you do, you cannot sleep directly on the ground. It will kill you. You only produce so much body heat, and the ground is a lot bigger than you. It's going to take out all your heat before you can even remotely warm it up. For me, what I found works at my camp, on the ground, I pilfered some wood from a construction site. On top of that, I put a tarp stuffed with leaves to make a nice cushion and put my tent over top of that. Inside that tent is a smaller tent, is where I, reside. In that smaller tent on the ground, I put another tarp stuffed packed full of leaves, and on top of that are several yoga mats that I found. And yeah, I have 3 sleeping bags. One is folded up that I sleep on, one I sleep in on top of the one I sleep on, and one is for on top of the sleeping bag that I'm in, just so I'm, nice and warm overnight. And it's working. It was really cold last night, and I was nice and toasty warm. This is also for your continued physical survival. Layers, 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 and more layers. Especially when it's getting chilly. Right now, I've got a t-shirt, a sweater, a hoodie, and another hoodie on, and that keeps my body heat in. I had a pair of snow pants on, but now I'm in my jeans. I took the snow pants off because I was starting to sweat, and you don't want to sweat out here. But that's the best thing about layers, is when you get hot, you can take some off, and you can better regulate your temperature. You don't want to sweat when it's cold, but you don't also want to be cold when it's cold. You don't want to lose your body heat. So layers, you can take them off, but it's really hard to warm back up after you've lost your heat. And sweating is also a very bad thing, as I just said, is once there's a drop in temperature, you could go hypothermic and freeze. Now this isn't a physical thing, this is more to survive mentally, is let go of your pride. I don't care who you are, you can be the proudest person on the planet. If you're living outdoors, it's something you just have to let go. I know myself, I was always a very proud person. But I've learned to let a lot of that go. I've done things I never thought I would before. I never dumpster dived in my life until very recently. And I had to get over the fact that I was crawling in a dumpster. Mentally, it was really hard. But something else happens when you let go of your pride. You start understanding people better. You can actually form connections with people you never thought you'd be able to. Like, before, I could see people walking on the street, and, people in a bad situation, like homeless people, sitting down on the street, and I would pay them no mind. I didn't care about them. But I've let go of that pride, and I've lived this life. I can now walk up to them and just start a conversation with no judgment, because I've let go of that pride. And honestly, you would be surprised how interesting people really are. You might think they're bad, you might think they're trash, but they've got a story, and hell, everyone's got a story, but they're very interesting people. So let go of your pride. Now this one I am really guilty of not doing, is take care of your feet. Super important. So what I mean is, make sure you got a good pair of shoes, your boots are fine, and you've got socks on, your feet are warm, and you clean your feet a lot. If you hurt your feet, it's so hard to walk, and when you're living outdoors, that's what you got to do to survive, is walk. It's not fun if you've split your foot open and you got to limp for an hour to get to the bathroom or something like that. Take care of your feet. What I do is, now I have a very good pair of boots. They're nice and squishy and warm, with a good pair of socks. I'm lucky I got these boots for $5 at the thrift store, but they're like $300 boots, which I'm very proud of. Same with cleaning your feet. Something I've been using is apple cider vinegar every morning. I do take a shower every single day. I go to a public pool, but I take care of my feet even more so. I disinfect them every single morning when I wake up with some apple cider vinegar and a scrub. You should take care of your feet no matter where you are, but more so if you're living outdoors, because they're very important things. Leave no trace. That means when you camp, leave nothing behind. When you're there, be as low profile as you possibly can. It's a very moral thing to clean up your place. Do not leave your trash behind. It really makes me angry when I see someone who's camped in a spot overnight and all this garbage is left behind. It pisses me off. I will walk around cleaning up other people's crap because, if you're going to be camping or if you're going to be living outdoors, don't be a pig. And it's also safer for you leaving no trace, being low profile, because if you leave your stuff behind, it's going to get stolen. If you're there, you're going to get noticed, and you don't want to be noticed. Not out here. You could attract unwanted attention, and the bad kind, not just the police, but there's a lot of great people who live outdoors, and I'm not going to lie, there's also the fair share of bad, and those are the ones you don't want to see. You don't want them to see you, so be very low profile. Quick bonus, get a good knife. They're not expensive, like a Bowie knife, something like that. It's going to save you a lot of trouble. You can use it to cut food, open cans, you can cut string, cut wood. Get a good Bowie knife. Or any knife, really. Anyways, I appreciate you guys watching my video and subscribing. I really appreciate it. I never thought I would get to 1,000 subs. Almost 1,500 now. I appreciate it. And yeah, you guys, thank you so much. Be safe and take care.